living with his old father and his dog, Beg, on a small farm on the edge of the Black Forest. Beg is a mixed-breed shepherd dog with dark grey fur, large and muscular, sharp but loving eyes. I raised him since he was little, witnessing his growth, step by step, like a member of the family. That winter, the cold wind blew in earlier than usual. We had finished harvesting the crop and filled the barn. My father was old, often sitting by the fireplace while I cleaned up. The yard Bege was always around, his ears always erect, like a living radar. That night, the sky was unusually gloomy. The moon was hidden, only a few faint streaks of light remained. Bege left his bed, ran out to the front yard, growling in his throat. I followed him out, asking, "What's the matter, Bege?" He didn't look at me, just stared at the forest. A cold wind blew by, carrying a fishy, musty smell. At that time, I thought it must be some weasel. But Bege was different. It hissed, a low, drawn-out growl, a sign that it only appeared when it sensed real danger. That night, I could not sleep. Bege lay close to the door, not taking his eyes off the darkness outside. Occasionally, he would get up, hiss softly, then lie down, growling in a low voice. Near midnight, I was startled awake by a long, long howl echoing from the forest. Not one, but many. The sound was cold, sharp, like a knife cutting into my heart. Bege jumped up immediately, barking loudly. I rushed to the door, turned on the headlights, and pointed at the forest. I could see nothing but black shadows swaying in the wind. But the howling grew closer, thicker, more intense. My father panicked. "It's wolves! A whole pack!" I pulled my coat tight, grabbed the axe by the door. Bege turned to me, his eyes shining, not with fear, but with readiness. The howling stopped abruptly. A deadly silence fell. I could hear my heart pounding. Then, a rustling in the bushes, pair of eyes shining in the night, then another pair, and more. A whole pack of wolves was approaching, step by step. Bege roared, then darted out like an arrow cutting through the air. He slammed into the first wolf, threw it to the ground, bit into its throat. Blood spurted everywhere. But immediately, two more wolves rushed in. Bege did not falter. He turned, bit one in the leg, and used his body to block the entrance to the house. I did not have time to think. Running out with the axe, I slashed wildly, shouting for help, but no one heard in the dark forest. My father shouted from inside the house, calling me to come back. But I couldn't leave Bege behind. The battle was unequal. Bege was bitten on the hind leg, bleeding profusely, but he still stood firm, gritting his teeth and growling. He used all his strength to knock away the wolf that was trying to climb over the fence. I slashed at one, but also slipped, my knee hitting the ground painfully. The biggest wolf, probably the leader, loomed out. His fur was as black as coal, 1.5 times bigger than the others. He didn't roar. He just looked, the eyes of a predator who had chosen his last prey. Bege stood between me and the leader. He didn't bark anymore. He just looked at me. His eyes said one thing: "Run!" I shouted, "No! Bege!" But he had already charged before I could stop him. A desperate stab. The two collided. Bege's huge body was thrown to the ground. The wolf bit its neck. I screamed, rushed forward, swung the axe like crazy. I don't remember what I did. I only know that I slashed, shouted, cried. When I woke up, my hands were covered in blood. I didn't know if it was wolf blood or Bege's blood. The wolves ran away after the leader was severely wounded. The whole yard was dyed red. Bege lay motionless, rushed forward, hugged him, calling his name in despair. His body was full of bite marks. Blood was flowing down his back. but his eyes were still open. He was breathing weakly. His mouth was slightly raised. A weak smile. Very good. You are. Very good. I whispered as if screaming. I hugged him in the cold winter night when the wind blew the embers into the sky. My father also came out, quietly placing his hand on my shoulder. Bege did not die that night. My father and I did everything we could. Stitching up the wound, bandaging it, keeping the fire going all night. It survived, but it couldn't run as fast as before. Every step was limping. But to me, it wasn't a dog anymore. It was a hero, the one who kept my whole family alive with everything it had. The people in the area knew about it, and they came to visit, bringing meat, blankets, and words of admiration. I built a small cage by the window where Bege could lie down and watch the pasture every morning. It didn't need to run. It didn't need to bark anymore. It just needed to lie there, watch me plow, and then smile in the sunlight. Someone asked me, "Why do you keep a lame dog?" I laughed, because it was the only thing between me and death.